Hi, everybody. I'm Ralph Sheheen alongside Ricky Carmichael, the five-time champion. And as we continued our day here in Salt Lake City, it was the 250 East racing that kicked things off. And the battles in the heat races were between the two championship contenders, where Shane McElrath took his heat race and Chase Sexton took his. But then they would square off in the main event, Ricky.
Yeah, they sure would, going mano a mano. Chase Sexton taking advantage of Shane McElrath. He sized that pass up a few laps early. Look at right there. Shane McElrath knew it was coming. You could see adjust his body there, leaning into Chase Sexton. And this guy, man, he has got to have a lot of confidence, Ralph, going into the showdown, catching and passing Shane McElrath and walking away.
That showdown will pit the 250 East top 20 against a 250 West top 20, so we'll see the title fight settled for both of those championships in one race with the best of both categories facing each other. What are those championship contenders going to have to be aware of?
They're going to have to be aware of their surroundings, and if you're Austin Faulkner, you got to go out there and win. You got to pull out all punches as well on Dylan Ferrandis. You got to hope Ferrandis has some bad luck, and same with Chase Sexton, well, with Shane McElrath, excuse me. You got to pull out all punches. I assume there's going to be some dirty riding going, but there's a title on the line, and everything is off the table when it comes to championship time.
Well, in the 450 title fight, we had three racers battling for the crown here today. Eli Tomac, the points leader. Ken Roczen was second. Cooper Webb was third. But things will be a little bit different at the end of the day, and what a main event it was. Eli Tomac thought he could lock it up today, Ricky, but a terrible start.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. He is dead last, right there in the back of the pack, not where he wanted to be. Anything could happen. Cooper Webb, Ken Roczen are in front, but you know what? He did what we've seen him do all season long. Marches through the field on a really difficult track to make passes on. This was the pass for fourth by 2018 Monster Energy Supercross champ. And then you got Ken Roczen right there, Ralph, and he made quick work of Ken Roczen. Ken didn't put up much of a fight.
Meanwhile, in front of him, Cooper Webb on the one got around the race leader, Zach Osborne, and Tomac came right through as well, and then it was Webb and Tomac. If Eli could have gotten around Cooper, title would have been his.
Well, it sure would have. He had to, at this point, he had to win the championship.
But Cooper took the win. He sweeps all three of the Wednesday night races here in Salt Lake City. The gap is 22 going into Sunday. Ricky, yes, it looks like Eli still has this thing in his control, but hey, there's a reason why we line him up.
That's right. So if you're Eli Tomac, you stay off the motorcycle this week until Sunday, and you ride as minimal laps as possible in practice. Try to stay away from all troubles. You get out there, you make it into the main event, and then you stay out of trouble. You just got to keep it upright. You don't have to. You could finish probably 13th if Cooper Webb wins, somewhere around those lines, and still win the Monster Energy Supercross Championship. Ken Roczen, unfortunately, has been mathematically eliminated from the championship. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. I can't wait. It's been a huge build-up. If you're Cooper Webb, you got to be thinking, man, just a little too late where he was catching fire. However, we got to give it up to the number 3 of Eli Tomac.
Absolutely, and it all begins Sunday. You can watch practice qualifying on NBC Sports Gold at 12:30. Then join us on NBCSN at 3 o'clock as our coverage begins of round 17, and then Championship Sunday wraps up at 4 o'clock on NBC with the main events and all the great racing action. Who will win the 3 championships? Tune in Sunday to find out.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.